Last week, the government made an announcement in which basically they will be testing specific segments of high-risk populations. So there are basically 4 different segments: the taxi drivers, elderly care homes, property management, and restaurant staff. So in total, the government has aired out approximately 400,000 individuals from the anti-epidemic fund. For Prenetics, we are specifically focusing on the approximately 200,000 restaurant staff in Hong Kong across the 16,000 restaurants in Hong Kong. So we just started this on this past Saturday and Sunday, so it's been an incredibly hectic and incredibly busy weekend for us here at Prenetics.
Danny, how long does it take to get a result with your tests? Because we've seen over in the US, for example, that their COVID tests take an average of 3 days to get a result, sometimes up to a week, which is absolutely disastrous if you've got people who are asymptomatic but busy spreading the virus.
Correct. So right now, our test results are within 1 day. So certainly we just started this project a few days ago. So certainly we're able to meet that demand at the current levels.
Right, so it takes about 1 day. And what happens if people refuse testing? Are there any repercussions if people refuse testing, like people here in Australia have refused testing, people in the US have refused testing?
So thus far, it's been a really impressive response, amazing, overwhelming response from the restaurant sector. So almost every single restaurant has receptively, basically accepted the testing because I think for them, the restaurants, they are actually concerned themselves for their own staff, for their families, as well as for the welfare of diners. So certainly thus far, I think our response rate from the restaurants has been almost approximately 99%. So this past weekend, we've already passed out over 5,000 test kits to restaurants. We started off in Wong Tai Sin, which is one of the highest risk areas in Hong Kong. So myself and our team, as well as Secretary Chan, we actually started passing out the kits door to door to restaurants this past weekend.
A business question here, because obviously while there is the need for widespread testing, it's great business for you as a company. What happens if we get a vaccine? Everyone's praying for a vaccine. There are over 150 vaccines being developed very madly, furiously around the world. Who knows which is going to be the first and the most successful. But nonetheless, what happens when we get a vaccine? What happens to your business then?
I think it will be incredible if we get a vaccine. To be honest, I told my whole team this was, right? I think at this stage, I think we're just very happy to be playing a major role in basically getting back Hong Kong to be a safer environment. So certainly, I think at that time-wise, we'll make business adjustments. But certainly, I think we've been very flexible. And as a startup, we have to be flexible accordingly to the market.